Florida is home to over 22 million people with more than 2.3 million concealed carry licenses issued. That means about 10.5% of the state's population is licensed to carry a concealed weapon. Florida is a shall-issue state, meaning that if you meet the requirements, the state must issue you a concealed carry license. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services is the agency responsible for issuing these licenses. Florida honors permits from 35 other states, and 37 states reciprocate Florida's concealed carry licenses. This reciprocity makes it easier for license holders to travel with their firearms. As of July 1st, 2023, Florida became the 26th state to allow permitless concealed carry for anyone 21 years or older who can legally possess a firearm. However, obtaining a Florida Concealed Weapons License, or CWL, still offers several advantages. With a CWL, you can carry not just handguns, but also other weapons like electronic devices, tear gas guns, billy clubs, and knives. This license is available to both residents and non-residents, and it's valid for 7 years. Now, let's talk about the use of force. In Florida, you can use or threaten to use force if you believe it's necessary to defend yourself or someone else from imminent unlawful force. Importantly, there's no duty to retreat before using force. When it comes to deadly force, Florida law is clear. You're justified in using it if you believe it's necessary to prevent imminent death, great bodily harm, or the commission of a forcible felony. This right extends to your home and vehicle thanks to Florida's Castle Doctrine. Let's dive into the basics of carrying firearms in Florida. While open carry is generally prohibited, there are some exceptions, such as when you're engaged in activities like fishing, camping, or lawful hunting. Remember, there are no magazine capacity limits in Florida, but some ammunition types, like armor-piercing bullets, are prohibited. Florida allows you to carry concealed firearms in many places, including state and national parks, roadside rest areas, and even in your vehicle. However, carrying in bars or the bar area of a restaurant is not allowed. When it comes to hotels, Florida law doesn't specifically address firearms, so it's best to check with the hotel about their concealed carry policies. There are some key laws you should be aware of. For instance, Florida has a preemption law, meaning local governments can't enact firearm regulations that conflict with state law. Violation of this law can result in fines and removal from office for local officials. Also, Florida doesn't require you to inform a police officer that you're carrying a concealed firearm unless asked. And if you're ever involved in a situation where you need to brandish your weapon, be aware that doing so in a careless or threatening manner could lead to criminal charges. When purchasing a firearm in Florida, there's no need for a permit, but you will have to undergo a background check, except in private sales. Also, there's a mandatory waiting period of 3 business days, though CWL holders are exempt. You're allowed to possess and carry a handgun in your home or business without a license, but remember, it's always important to store your firearms securely to prevent unauthorized access. Florida has a red flag law that allows law enforcement to temporarily remove firearms from individuals who are deemed a threat to themselves or others. This can be initiated by a petition and can last up to 12 months. Lastly, while carrying a firearm, it's important to stay sober and avoid substances that impair your judgment. Even though Florida law allows for the use of firearms in self-defense, carrying under the influence can have serious legal consequences. It's important to note that this information is accurate as of the beginning of 2024. However, laws can and do change. Always make sure to check the latest updates from trusted sources like the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, or consult with a legal expert to ensure you're in compliance with the current laws. Understanding Florida's gun laws is essential for all responsibly armed citizens. Whether you're carrying for self-defense, sport, or protection of your home, staying informed and following the law is the best way to exercise your rights safely and responsibly. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, stay safe, and stay informed.